Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. My dear brothers and sisters, adults and children in Islam, Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alif Lam Mim. Ghulibatir Rum fi adna al-ardi wa hum min ba'di ghalabihim sayaghlibun fi bid'i sinina lillahi al-amru min qablu wa min ba'du wa yawma idhin yafrahu al-mu'minun binasrillah yansuru man yasha'u wa huwa al-azizur rahim. Sadaqallah. Dear brothers and sisters, I have recited in front of you the first 5 ayat, very small, short ayat of Surah Al-Rum. The translation of it is, with the name of Allah, the most merciful, Alif Lam Mim. The Romans have been defeated in the nearer land, and they, after their defeat, will triumph within a few years. To Allah belonged the matter before, and to Him it belongs thereafter, and on that day the believers will rejoice. With Allah's help, He helps whomsoever He wills, and He is the mighty, the very merciful. This surah came as one of the landmark statements for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the time when Muslims in the Arab society were very few in number, you can count them in hundreds, maybe in thousands. And this remarkable incidents happened that the Persians who used to worship the fire, magician, they defeated the Byzantine Empire, the Roman Empire, which at that time extended up to Syria, Sham. And it was nearby. The thing which happened in the world, that one superpower was defeated, and that superpower was majority Christians, believers in God and the messenger at that time, Jesus, was defeated by those who did not believe in God or believed in many gods, and they worshipped the fire. The remarkable expression is given because pagan Arab, the Quraysh, celebrated that Romans are defeated, and Muslims felt that their sympathies are with the Romans because they are the believers and they believe in God. And there was something said at that time, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is the only supreme power, can say and tell what's happening in future, that in near future the Byzantine Empire is going to take over again the Persian Empire. And the pagan Arabs ridiculed that, but Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that these are the ayahs came from the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The reference I'm trying to make is that Islam, our deen, we Muslims, we believe in it, is not a religion limited to one area, Arab. It is a universal religion wherever human beings are, no matter whether they are Arab or non-Arab, they live in Africa or Arab or South Asia, America, South America, wherever. They follow the commandment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, the relevance of this ayah to the work which we are trying to do, I am the president of one new organization here in New Jersey. We call it American Muslims for Democracy. And we felt, along with me, many other professionals, I'm a physician, and some are the engineers and entrepreneurs. We got together that we have made Masjid, mashallah, and we needed them the most. Now, what is the next step to really reclaim our rights in this society where we live in and we are the citizens of this country? No matter whether we are born citizens of this country or naturalized citizens of this country, no matter what, we chose to live here and we became the citizens. We pay taxes, we abide by the rules, we live under the law of this land. At the same time, we think, due to some reasons, and those are, of course, geopolitical reasons, that our community is marginalized. Media is portraying us that we are terrorists until proven otherwise, although this religion is a religion of peace. We want to live in peace within ourselves, with our neighbors, and we want to live a lawful life in this country where we have chosen to live in and raise our children. So this is the philosophy behind this organization, to bring all the Muslims from all the national origins, no matter what color they are, which country they came from, under one platform, and try to have an organized effort to influence the lawmakers in this country. If we do not like the laws which are made for us, they are trying to limit our activity, they are trying to target the Masjid. We do not like the international policies of this country. So how we can effect that? That is the only way we can effect that. We become, if we are citizens, okay, we have to now shed off that thing that I'm the Egyptian American and I'm the Pakistani American, and we worry more about back home. Of course, we have to worry about back home, but whatever is happening there, not the good things are happening there. Okay. But at the same time, the most important way we can influence whether our peaceful existence in this country or back home is to become stronger Muslims and have a stronger voice in the political arena. That is the whole concept behind our vision under American Muslims for Democracy. We are not asking you for any charity or any donations. We just want to, first of all, educate our own masses, our own people, that what are our rights while living in this society. And you will be surprised that a lot of time when we do those educational things, we understand and come to know that we are so ignorant and naive about what the power of one vote is. So we are trying to encourage that you become voters, do your registration. That is the first step. The second step is, when you become voter, go out and vote. Talk to your lawmaker, talk to your mayor. Not long ago, a year and a half ago, we did an organized effort just next town where I live in Edison. And we supported one of the mayor who was running out of the 4 mayors who ran for that election. Fortunately, the mayor who we supported won, and he was underdog at that time when he announced his candidacy. Since then, he is so close to the Muslims and the community that we had this masjid established, Masjid al-Wali, 10 Olsen Avenue. I know most of you know it. If not, just come sometime and have salah with us. Beautiful place. We have about almost 5-acre land and 2 different buildings, 1 community center. And all the way through that process, the most helpful person was that mayor. Although our votes just in, about 100,000 votes in township of Addison, Muslim votes are only 2,000 votes, and only 570 people went and voted. But the most important thing which comes out of his victory speech, that the most encouragement he got when he went to the Masjid and after the Jummah Salat, when he addressed the community, he felt so energized and so confident that this community lives here and this is not an alien community. He knew who we are, and we are peaceful, law-abiding citizens, and our struggle is peaceful and lawful. So there is no harm to do that struggle while we are struggling to defend ourselves, save our children. And this is the most important thing which we can take to our neighbors, our non-Muslim friends, is the seerah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he did so many things even before he was appointed as the prophet from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he really worked for the social justice. There are so many examples replete in the history of seerah. I will quote a couple of those. One time, a person who was a traveler came from another Kabila, another area to Makkah, and he sold his camel to Abu Jahl. Okay. So he promised some money, but he didn't give it to him. So he was very perturbed. He wanted to go back. He wanted his money. So he went to some of the heads of the clans of the different Quraysh and asked them if somebody will go with them and plead his case that he gives them the money. So they ridiculed him, they laughed at him, that who will go to Abu Jahl and ask him to give money. He was very strong, politically very well established person, very rich as well. So they thought that they will make fun out of this. And they said, they saw from the distance Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, go ask that person, he can get you money for your camel. And they waited that what happens, how the conversation will happen between Abu Jahl and Muhammad. And he had the strongest will to help the poor and the needy and who is deprived. He had no hesitation and took him with him, went to Abu Jahl's house, knocked at his door and told him in a very convincing voice that this man says that you bought his camel and you owe him money. Please go and get his money. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who does all these things. He trembled, he was pale and shaken. He didn't realize that Muhammad will come to his door and as strongly advocating for that person. And he went in and got him the money. And when that person went back to those people that he got it, they were so surprised. There are so many examples. There was one Halful Fadul. Anybody knows about Al-Fadul? The pact, the thing which they did when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was only in 20s in Mecca. It is a very important piece of history that similarly one person who was, most people used to come to Mecca to, do the tawaf and all those rites at that place, and Quraysh were they used to provide them the protection and all the facilities. So one of the Arab, I don't remember his name, he did some deal with him and then betrayed him and he did not pay him the full money. And he owed him a lot, so he was very upset, perturbed. So next day at the sunrise, he went to the nearest mountain close to the Kaaba and shouted that this thing has happened to him and is anybody there